So I have another message. I'm not gonna upload this on no YouTube. It's for the universe and for those inquiring minds that use surveillance, monitoring, and spying through technology to try to keep up with the universe that it does not know and will never know everything about the universe. The same can be said about love. I am that I am. But beyond the universe, what was beyond the universe, or what is beyond the universe? In the mid 1960s, when I was named Christ, I was already the universe love. I was named Christ, and I'm gonna just say, long story short, I was staying in Echo Park, and I was in foster care from when I was a child, and my foster parents looked like Caucasians, and they took care of me from the time I was a baby, and by the time I got to be about 5 years old, the other kids that was coming to Echo Park, we had a children's choir. They was telling me about their moms and dads. And they was telling me as Christ, I don't really have a mom and dad. And it's about 1965, 1966. They're telling me I don't really have a mom and dad. I was like, I do. They've been taking care of me since I was a baby. He's like, no, if you had a mom and dad, they would look black. Black? What you talking about? My mom and dad look pretty much just like your mom and dad. And I didn't know what racism was. Uh-uh. So they were saying that's not my real mom and dad. I said that is my real mom and dad. So I went back. I went back to our home. It wasn't but a block away. I said the kids said, "You not my real mom and dad." My foster parents looked at me and they said, "No, we're the new ones. Every year you get a new set of parents." That's what they told me as angels. They were angels taking care of me over there on Glendale and Bellevue, Silver Lake over there. They said they're angels. I'm like, angels supposed to be mom and dad. They said all the other kids say the mom and dad have sex, and then the baby come out of the woman. That's what y'all is, right? They was like, no, I didn't know. I was 5 or 6 years old. I didn't know. I had forgotten so much from sleeping and growing up, from being a baby to 5 years old. I didn't know. And now my parents look Caucasians. I didn't know that they were my real mom and dad. Nah. So I asked them in my name, Yahweh. They said, y'all just call me Christ then and then tell me in my name, Yahweh. They told me in my name. I didn't believe them. I said, no, y'all. They said they just look like my other foster parents. Every year it's new people. And I had like 10 so far, 5 women and 5 guys. I was like, huh? And I told them put it in the name of the God then, which for us is called the word of the Creator. I call on the word of the Creator. And they told me the truth. They said they're not my biological mother and father. I was 5 years old. I was so mad and hurt. Now these people are like Caucasian people, you know. They basically like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders today. And I didn't know they wasn't my real mother and father. Because I didn't know what racism was. I thought a mother and father meant to just take care of you, right? Right? So I told my foster parents to leave then, since they're not my real mother and father. So then I was left homeless. I was in a big house by myself, big 2-story house all by myself. So then I was homeless. I had no food. I had no parents. So I was homeless around 1966. And I didn't know anywhere else. I had grew up there for the last 5 years. I didn't know nowhere but Echo Park. And so I lived just outside in the playground. I slept out there, and long story short, I did a few things, and the black people was living around Echo Park at the time, and there was some lords or something that lived over there, and some other angels of the lords, and they ended up moving out of Echo Park. Those black people, they were middle class, and they talked to me so badly that some of them died, and the rest of them black people that used to live in Echo Park in 1965, they moved out of Echo Park. Because I was over there, Christ, in my name, Yahweh. So then the Lord came. Well, they said it was God in the form of the Lord came and asked me a few questions, and I answered them and told them I'm the Son of God, Yahweh, and I was commanded to keep calling on His name, Yahweh, until He came to me, so that I could tell Him that I am His Son because I was created. And they said that He might not know because of how I was created. I would have to tell Him, and then He had to look in my mind and see how I was created, because it's called memories and experiences or whatever, So the Lord said He didn't believe me. He said that I was just telling them something from the New Testament of the Bible, because they had named me Christ in the court system. But I was like, no, that's not what I was telling you. I was telling you because it was really my experiences as it is today, the truth. And long story short, I called on the word of the Creator because that's what comes to my mind. Well, I shouldn't say it comes to my mind, but it's what's given to me when I'm in need. And then I'm offered assistance and the help that I need in that moment. So I called on the word of the Creator while God in the form of the Lord was standing there, and the three of us were in communion. And through my mind, God in the form of the Lord appealed to the Creator and was very honest with the Creator. And long story short, five angels in the name of the Creator entered into this dream from somewhere. And I was homeless, and so they ended up putting me back inside of a home, and they ended up making sure that I was fed and things like that. And since I am the universe love, and they knew that through my mind, they created something in the name of the Creator. 5 angels that belong to Him. They created something called Beyond the Universe. Because I am the universe love, they were going to create something in the name of the Creator, and they did that. And long story short, what it was, Beyond the Universe, was a place where they were going to air out their thoughts and their feelings and their rancor that was on the inside of them in direct expression of their disloyalty to the Creator. I guess that's one way to say it. They were going to express themselves beyond the universe of everything about the Creator that they did not appreciate. And that's what Beyond the Universe was. And 5 that belonged to the Creator created Beyond the Universe for that purpose. And in other words, they wanted to cuss Him out somewhere where they felt safe. So they created something. Long story short, they took God, because God is my Creator as the Son of God, and that's in the name of the Creator. It was done in His name, and so God was not 100% aware. I was not able to share all the information with Him, or all of the facts and all of my experiences in like a 10-minute conversation that we had or so, But they took God beyond the universe, and then I went beyond the universe. And when I heard what these 5 guys were saying in the name of the Creator, four of them, I told them to keep getting back up, and every time they get back up, I was gonna lay them back down beyond the universe, because they told me, the universe, that I was not welcomed, and they didn't call for me. Woo! But they created it by the power of the word of the Creator that created me, the universe loves. So I went over there, and 4 out of the 5 of them, and God watched. Because of what they were saying about the Creator, I couldn't stand their feelings, man. I couldn't stand their feelings about the word of the Creator, man. So I kept telling 4 or 5 of them, every time you get back up, I'm just gonna wait for you to get back up. I'm just gonna wait for you to get back up. You gonna have to get back up. And when you get back up, I got something worse for you. I got something worse for you. This is beyond the universe. Ain't nobody gonna know about this. But I forgot God was there. Yo, love, yo, Yahweh, Yahweh. And so then there was the 5th one, and the 5th one asked me, He said that he begged me if I just called on the word of the Creator that he would go back to the earth. Well, see, this is Venus. He said he'd go back to the earth and tell the other angels, you know what I'm saying, that they had to honor the word of the Creator. Now, the point about this is, when the five guys originally entered into this dream in 1966, they all looked like Caucasians. But beyond the universe, they would look like black guys. So God the Father and God the Son, love, Yahweh, we believe that the Lords who have a problem with the word of the Creator, we believe that the Lords on this planet planned that in the name of the Creator, and we still looking for y'all. We still looking for y'all. We still looking for y'all. Y'all so cowardly that y'all won't admit it, but we still looking for y'all. God the Father and God the Son love Yahweh. We looking for you Lords that claim that you love God more than me, the Son of God. Where was you at if you're the Lord when God was taken beyond the universe? Where was you at? Because I was beyond the universe, demonstrating my love for my Father, Yahweh. Where was you Lords at that claim that you love my God more than me? When God was beyond the universe, did you know that God was there? If you call yourself the Lord and you don't know where God is at, how are you in his name? Where were you at? I'm challenging all you Lords. Where were you at when God and I was beyond the universe doing what we were doing? Where were you Lords at? You have never gone as far as I've gone to prove my love to my Father, Yahweh. You Lords have never gone as far as I've gone. On top of that, remember, I was King Dang, and what y'all called David, it was, I told you, is Davy. Yahweh, Davy, and y'all named it David. Remember? So y'all are on the backs of what I did from the earth, and as Logo Circle 7, remember, I completed the part of Jesus the Christ in the future to y'all that was now offering salvation as the Lord's on planet earth, and I sent y'all from planet earth as Logos Circle 7. So you cannot even prove when I was the one that did the part as the Lord, which y'all call King of Kings and Lord of Lords. I was the one that did that part, and then I disappeared. You know why I disappeared when I was the Lord on the earth? You know why the Lord disappeared? Because I loved God more than the Creator at the time, and the Creator sent me from the earth. I loved God more, but I started in heaven with the Creator, so I had to learn my lessons over again so that I could be created once again as love, the universe. Now, where are you Lords at? Let's say you love my God as the Son of God. You love my Father, Yahweh, more than me. Why y'all trying to pretend like y'all him? Off the back of my experiences from planet earth after I sent y'all. And then where I started from in heaven, you say y'all have not welcomed me because y'all named me Christ all over again after I already did that part. For real? Beyond the universe. If we find any of you Lords that even know about beyond the universe, we go send your ass beyond the universe. Huh? Huh? Can you hear me now?